right, welcome back to another episode, another transforming episode. I think this one's gonna change a lot of people. Like this one's gonna inspire a lot of people. Now, my name is Quincy Williams. Welcome to Unfiltered Podclass, where you are being edutained and entertained positively. Now, today is nothing different. We turn the wheels of progress. We turn the wheels of positivity today. I must say this program or this podcast is powered by CNC Hair World. Now CNC Hair World, they do lace wigs, installation, online shopping, clothing, accessories, and they can be contacted on 668-1421. 668-1421. Now you guys need to support this because these businesses are supporting an initiative and a movement that is transforming lives one episode at a time. We also have Pinky's Kitchen and Bar located at North and Hardiner Street, and they're 690-6475 or 614-5648. They have daily meals. They can cater for any function. They have a bar, they have a lounge area. You guys can go, sit down, rock back, have a nice after work lime, have a nice dinner. I think they do breakfast too, so contact them. Also, we are also sponsored by Blue Mist Hook and Supplies. Now, trust me when I tell you, right? Blue Mist Hook and Supplies, they do punchers, they do files, they do hose tips and much more. They also sell hookah. They do hookah rentals for party, wedding, any function you name it, they have you covered. They can be contacted on 663-9007 or 677-8226. Now, when you would have called any one of our sponsors, you get and you mention Unfiltered Podcast, you get a big discount. Also, we are also sponsored by Creative Media and Graphic Designing, Holders Comfort Villa. They're located on Kurokuro Lynn Highway, away from the busy town. They have a nice, clean, well-mannered staff. They do the B&B stuff. They do bed and breakfast. So they have you covered, have you fully covered. And also, last but not least, Utopia Classes and Accessories. Now, tonight is a very special night for us. When I say tonight is a very special night, because the topic that we're going to be doing tonight is purpose and passion. However you want to put it, passion and purpose. Now, I chose this topic for so many reasons, because I think a lot of young entrepreneurs, and when we say we're going to support small business and we're going to push a young entrepreneur, we mean it. Like I said, when we say we bring the personalities, we bring the people that deal with these things and pushing these cars, we bring them so you can hear them and you can listen exactly to what they're saying. And also at the same time, we bring them to share their views so you get a guidance and you know where you need to go to get help to catapult and project your small business or your business idea, or whatever you might have in mind that you might want to do. Now, the guest that I have in studio, he might be a stranger to a lot of us. He's not no stranger to me. He might be a stranger to a lot of us. His name is Marlon Joseph. This guy a very popular last name. So I hope whatever he would have put out today is resonating and become popular in your memory. Marlon, tell the Guyanese people, introduce yourself to the Guyanese people, to the Unfiltered Podcast audience. Introduce yourself to them.
I must thank you, Quincy, for having me. My name is Marlon Joseph. I am the founder and president of Together We Win Business Network. I am a Guyanese, so I've been working with young people and business for a number of years, especially in the field of business development. I worked in the public service, and I'm now an entrepreneur doing my thing to help small businesses grow and to see them improve in the products and services they're offering.
So Marlon, tell us what is it that you do that I know you said you're part of this group. Mm-hmm. Is it a group of persons or just you alone run this organization?
Well, I am the president of the organization. We have a management team. And the organization is called Together We Win Business Network. Now, as the name speaks for itself, Together We Win. So it's an umbrella body for small and medium-sized businesses in Guyana. We come together, we network, and we provide a strong professional support that promotes entrepreneurship. So we work with persons to ensure that their businesses grow. We work with persons even if they have an idea and they want to go into entrepreneurship, but they've not yet wrapped their mind around what is it they want to do. We have a program that is designed to help persons go into entrepreneurship. It's called Go Innovate. So that would ask a question which is in tandem with your topic tonight about finding purpose. It is, who am I? Where am I? What is my purpose here? Then we link it to families. How does my past experiences, negative or positive, the family to which I am born, which is my family of origin, or my born families, how does those traits affect my thinking, my decision-making process, hence my actions? And of course, what special skills do I have that I can use to transform into a business venture? And that is how we're able to get persons to think about their unique self, what is it they want to do, and bring whatever subconscious into the conscious, so you're having a open person without any biases in their minds.
So let's say there are young entrepreneurs out there, because I've been contacted by a lot of young entrepreneurs that some might need financial help, some need guidance. During my busy schedule, I would still render some sort of assistance. I mean, your organization is more bigger. I'm more see myself as a one-man army. Your organization is more bigger. Tell the listeners out there how they can reach your team, how they can reach this, because to me it seems like you guys have a well-rounded team. Everybody chips in their own way to build the block. But give the listeners out there, how is it that they could reach you? How is it that they could reach out to you and get the help that they needed? Contact numbers, social media handles, and how is it that is it your business an NGO? How your business is being funded, and who funds the business?
All right, so Together We Win Business Network, as the name suggests, Together We Win. We can be reached on Facebook. We can be reached on LinkedIn. As long as you Google Together We Win Business Network, you will see all of our information just popping up with our countless articles. We can be, we're on Instagram, and we're also on TikTok, where everybody
is, yeah.
Together We Win Business Network currently is a non-profit organization, and we're funded by membership fee. There's a small membership fee which persons pay for the entire year, and they're able to tap into all of our resources. For instance, access to training, access to information, and we would advocate for policies and systems that reflects the interests of our small businesses. Our membership fee for the entire year is only $6,000 Ghana dollars.
That's affordable, man.
Very affordable. Some of the things we would have been advocating for include our members accessing loans from the GBTI as low as, with interest rates as low as 6%.
Wonderful. So what you basically saying that is that once somebody would have paid for this year, right? For a year, access to all these services and all these benefits that goodies that you guys are offering, you're saying that these persons, they become member.
Yes.
And you guide them to get a loan from the bank.
Indeed.
Wow.
So it's a hand-holding process. We don't leave you stranded there. We provide information with you, and we network with other organizations. So when you come, we ensure that you are able to grow. And it must be noted that Together We Win Business Network is not for everybody. Our network is only for persons who are passionate about business development. So when we're planning activities for you to grow, it therefore means that you must participate. For instance, if we see that your need is compliance, and we're having an information session with GRA and NIS and those organizations, you have to participate because we want to see you grow.
Correct.
And I've been saying to these organizations, we are going to be holding businesses at the highest standard. So when you see correspondence coming from us, you must be able to close your eyes and approve whatever is the request, because we are holding businesses high. And if we want to get recognition from the government and other bodies to take us seriously, then we must be providing the quality that they're looking for. We must be holding a high standard.
And I understand, because that's a hard task, and enable a lot of Guyanese businesses to compete with the outer market and the international companies and the standards also. And this is the only way that we can be compatible alongside them is if we follow the procedure
Yes.
and know the ins and outs, the know-hows, what not to do, what to do, have the compliance in these things in places, simply with the oil and gas industry to compete. Do your local content, have stuff in place, have a business register. So, because I know doing this stuff, a lot of people don't really do stuff. A lot of people just think, you know what? I just create a business, right? And I just start selling online. I'm making an income, I'm providing for my family, I get them for going party or wherever. But they don't see the back end of it. And I always tell people, having a business is a brand. You of yourself, your name is a brand. John Doe, wherever your name is a brand. So you need to look at it in that way and carry yourself in a proper manner. I mean, nobody's perfect, but you should carry yourself in a business-like manner if you want people to take you seriously. So kudos to Together We Win Business Network, Marlon and team. Very phenomenal job these guys are doing down there. And I must pledge this on the podcast. The service that these guys are providing, Unfiltered Podcast will provide sponsorship for 10 small business owners. So you guys can reach out to the Unfiltered Podcast page, inbox us, and tell us why we should sponsor you, right? To sign up with these guys, let these guys channel you in terms of business guidance and coaching and mentoring and all this stuff. So drop us a message on our messenger, and we will filter the stuff and reach out back to you and know well if you qualify or not. Without further ado, Marlon, the meat of the pie where we here, meat of the pie, passion and purpose. Now tell your listeners out there what would have, because I know before you would have done social work. I know you're passionate about social work. What would have made you transition from having a passion in something? Is it possible for someone to have more than one passion?
Yes, you can have more than one passion.
Wow, I never know that. But how does it feel to be passionate about social work and transition into being a business enthusiast, a life coach, a business coach? And trust me, Marlon, viewers them don't know, you would have done a lot of stuff. You would have ventured into a lot of stuff and it would have been successful. Now, what made you stick or glued on to this business sector, the business model, business development? What made you stick to that? Tell your listeners what would have given you that drive to decide, you know what, I want to go down this path. This path seems like a path whereby I feel comfortable. I feel like I can spread my wings. I feel like I'm making a difference.
Well, it's an excellent point that you would have raised. I worked in the public service for 6+ years, and my role in the public service became redundant, repetitive. There's nothing exciting. Every time I'm going to work, boring. I want to drive past my workplace. It was like a plantation.
I know what I feel.
Persons bickering and biting and abusing, cussing out in the yard and those things. And I decided this organization is not for me.
It's too toxic.
Because I have so much skills, I have so much talent that I can use to influence the world, and I want to have a monument erected in my name. So I want to leave a positive legacy that Guyana and the world will be taken by storm. So I left the ministry in 2018 to take on entrepreneurship, and since then I've not regretted it. I formed a company called Professional Training, Employment and Consultancy Services, of which we would have trained over 300 Guyanese on how to become advocates for change and development. We would have covered areas like emotional intelligence and creative problem-solving skills, stress management, psychological first aid, business ethics, and those things. And from being in that field and from interacting with persons, I decided that I need to go a step more.
Yeah.
And this last year, I would have formed Together We Win Business Network. I would have seen that the persons who I would interact with, there's a gap in their supply chain, which in turn affects me. So let's say if somebody is in the retail business, they would sell out all of their stuff and wait until it is sold out, then to place an order rather than keeping that consistent
Yeah.
flow. So I decided to pull everybody together. Let us talk about ways in which we can improve. Let us compare challenges so you can feel you will know that it's not you alone in the world of deal and you alone and not experiencing these challenges and so on. And we would have formed Together We Win Business Network. We started with 23 persons. We're currently at 99 businesses.
Wow.
And of course, it's not so easy to get into us because we want to ensure that, yes, you're really serious about your business growth.
I mean, a lot of people do stuff that they're passionate about, but yet still they don't feel like fulfilled or accomplished because you got stumbling blocks. I mean, they, like I said, nothing is perfect. So what would have been these stumbling blocks in achieving us? Because we all know you tell us the flowery side of it.
It's not
But
easy.
the stumbling blocks, the listeners out there want to hear the stumbling blocks that you would have crossed to reach where you are and realize that, you know what, yo, this is my purpose. Because I've been through it and I'm still here, stronger than ever.
So I had to do some soul searching. Who am I? What is it that I came to this world to do? What is it that I can close my eyes and do effortlessly without lots of strain and so on? And I decided that training is the most relevant. It is not easy, especially when you're leaving a government job to go to what people call an unsecure job because every day you got to get up and
You got your
plan.
bills, all this you got to
But you
calculate
have
for.
to believe in yourself. And your belief and your passion, your whys must be so strong that even on days when you don't feel like getting up, they must pull you out of bed, or your bills will have to pull you out of bed to go and get your things going. So there are many times you have to be challenging with your family because they're wondering why is it that you're leaving X, Y, Z to go and do here. Then they're your friends, and then when you look around, you see everybody seems to be blossoming and blooming, and you're wondering, what about me? What is it I'm doing wrong? And all of those things you have to deal with. You have to remember your why, you have to remember your purpose, you have to get a mentor, you have to embrace the process. Every single experience in life is teaching you something. Even with our network, there are persons that started with us and fell out of the process because they didn't understand the mission and where is it exactly I wanted this organization to go. Many of us don't even have faith in ourselves.
True,
And
true.
we want
That is
to go
so
into
true.
entrepreneurship. That is why it comes back to us knowing ourselves. Who am I? Where am I? What is my purpose? What are the generational traits that pass down in generation?
Hold up. Repeat that statement you said before.
Who am I? Where am I in terms of life, in terms of organization? Am I where I want to be? What is
Wonderful.
my purpose here? What is it that I came to this earth to do? Because we all come with a special gift. And
Correct.
if we don't utilize that gift, we go to the grave with it.
True,
and that is
true.
why we're told that the grave is the richest place, because many future leaders and inventors die without utilizing their full potential.
Correct,
And
correct.
I often link that to this. There were persons who invented the light bulb, who invented the chair, the AC. They would have came to this earth, utilized their purpose, and leave something that they can be remembered. We in this 21st century, we're just benefiting from what they would have created. What are we doing to make our mark on this earth?
True, true, true.
What are we doing to be innovative? So when we think about that, we're encouraged by Les Brown to live rich and die empty, which means while we are alive, all of the gifts, the talents, the dreams, we bring them to life. So when we die, we rob the grave of that richness. So when we go there, just before we go, we must be able to say it is done. I would have lived this life. I would have given my all, something to be remembered.
But with all that being said, right? With the young people out there have to realize that in anything that you do, you gotta take risks. Because I was having a conversation with a few colleagues a couple of weeks ago, and they was asking me, Quincy, you have to be about business, you have to be about, you're a creative person. How is it that we could earn extra income? I would have laid out 2 business plans to them for free. Because that's how I am, right? And I give them the basics. I say if they want to know more, you have to show me that you're serious. I give them the guidance step by step. Now, none of them clearly none of them, they want to take the risk. Here was the question, and I think a lot of young people out there be asking themselves, right, before they might hear me, you talking about this business and all this stuff, but here what they be asking themselves, right? And I think this was killing a lot of them. This was killing the old narrative before it could even reach or grow. Because it's a flower or a seed you put in a soil. For it to grow, you got to water it, you got to care it. You got to trust the process, right? You got to take a risk because the seed could die. So you got to believe in it. No, they asking, I can suppose now I go online and I order this thing for start this business or whatever. What about if this business don't, if the business fail, if these things last in transit, all these negative things, and a positive mind for me. I said, bro, I do business, I had multiple small businesses that I would have navigated with, and I never really thought about the negative side of it, because in anything, you gotta wrap your mind around it. There's a loss and there's a profit. There's a good and there's a bad. I never really think about the bad. I always think about the good. And with that being said, the good always prevail. So I think it has a lot to do with a lot of people's upbringing, a lot of people's background, and the environment that you're in. Because you can't think in negative. You can't think in negative and want to enter into a positive environment. You gotta think positive and be in a positive environment. You gotta check your circle that you're around, your friends that you're around, the music you listen to, the advice that you take, the people that you might want to call your best friend, your buddy, your pal. Look at your circle. If you circle in talking about money, you can't make money, you always be broke. You always be broke. If you circle talk about drinking alcohol every day, this is what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna just spending money on it. Nothing wrong with drinking alcohol. Right? But if you circle in talking about business, if you circle not a business circle, think about if you in a circle, you knows nothing about business, but everybody around you got a small business. Automatically, you own a small business because your circle is a small business circle. You understand? So people and the young people of today need to understand that you gotta take risks. You gotta make sacrifice. If it's a chick, you're gonna party for all 2 or 3 months to save money to start this business, do that. Go about doing it, because without no risk, there's no reward. Much given, much is taken. Simple as that. Yeah, as you were saying, I had to let them know the seriousness of it, and not just me, you, or you. They going to the conference, just sitting there and be like, yeah, help gonna come, help gonna drop in my lap. No, they gotta make this. I got put in the time.
Yes.
Yeah, as you were saying.
It has to do with your mind. There's something we call the 5-second rule. Whereby the idea comes to you, and within the first 5 seconds, if you don't have form, it is never going to happen.
That's facts.
So let us say, for instance, you're home and your mom calls you to wash the wares. The first 5 seconds you're in, say, I'm going to go wash the wares. When you're going to wash it, you're taking forever to wash it, and then...
Because your mind already break already.
Which is, if you had a form that in the first 5 seconds, you go, you're washing the wares, you're singing, dancing, you'd be amazed when you finish. Similarly with business. Within the first 5 seconds, if you ask somebody to, or an idea comes to them, normally the person will say, I'm not good enough, I'm not skilled enough, I don't have the resources, I don't have money. But if they had a form that, they say, all right, I'm going to learn in the process. I know Quincy who owns a business and he can guide me.
Correct.
There's University of YouTube, University of Google that I can tap into, and all of these things. And then it has to do with your mindset, how you perceive things.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And coming back to the point you have mentioned, I remember clearly, and I stopped that, giving persons business ideas who are looking to invest and they don't know what it is they want to do. I would normally help them to figure out what they want to do. Because there was this particular case where I gave somebody the idea. They started with it, yes, it was going, blooming and so on, and then the turbulence came and they just ended it. They didn't look to see how they can maneuver the challenge and how they can sustain the business, because the idea generally it wasn't theirs to begin with. They just saw it, it's on good, and they can run in. So when it comes down to your why am I doing this? How can I maneuver this challenge? It is not in their their heart is not really there. So they just allow it to go.
Indeed. And that goes back to the understanding what your passion is, and your passion will lead to your purpose. Or a few hours ago, I was in a conversation with a very good friend of mine. She was like, Quincy, I see episode 2 of the podcast, and I really want to find what's my purpose. And I really, really and truly, I'm the specialist in that. That somebody was look at somebody and tell them what's the purpose. So I want to channel her into the right direction, and I hope that she listen in terms of finding what her purpose is, giving her insight, telling her where to sign up, who to go listen to, books to read, and these kind of stuff to guide her. And I think we need more of that in society, because not everybody can be a business person. That's why people understand that. But at least you can make a difference in society. You can make a difference in your community in some way or the other. Some way or the other, you can make a difference. In closing, Marlon, I know we could go on and on and on about passion, purpose, growth, about business, because I think there's more, they need to go, and this is the platform for it also. There need to be more discussion about this, where people can come sit down and we can have a more broader discussion. I will invite you back for another episode, and we will have a more broad discussion on business of itself, and helping the young people, because there's a lot of young teenagers that have some crazy business idea. Not crazy as in mind, it's mind blowing that Guyanese youths are so creative. In closing, what you want to tell the listeners?
So I would like to share 2 resources with you, because you might be wondering how is it you can find your purpose. There is a Tony Robbins disc assessment, and there is a book called The Road to Your Best Stuff by Mike Williams. Awesome book. And of course, check us on Facebook, Together We Win Business Network. You can either WhatsApp us or give us a call on 652-1959.
All right, wonderful. So with that being said, I must say not a special thanks to my sponsors, Pinky's Restaurant and Bar, Creative Media, Graphic Designing, CNC Hair World, Holders Comfort Villa, Edible Trees by Georgie's, Utopia Closet and Accessories. Now, we must say, you guys go support my sponsors, because, like I said, I always say every episode, without them, we won't be here having this discussion. We won't be here changing your life. We won't be here motivating you and giving you that push to excel. Now, you know me, I always want to leave you guys with something positive, something to chew on. Now, simple, but it means a lot. Trust the process. Whatever that you might be going through right now, it is a test. Nothing, right, lasts forever. Trust the process. No situation is forever. All situations are temporary. Major setbacks set you up for major comebacks. Out.